Hello Taurus, this is Victoria and I'm here with your February tarot forecast. As always, we'll be looking at your love life, your career and workspace, and we'll get you guidance from the universe on how to best utilize the energies of the month of February. At the end, I'll post some messages from a person of interest to yourself. And we will begin with a quick oracle message. Today I'm going to be using the, what's it called? The Cosmic Journey Oracle. There we go. And we will begin right away. Remember that these readings are for Sun, Moon, and Rising Taurus. So if you're watching this for a Sun sign, please remember to check other videos for other placements. Feel free to check readings for a person as a cross watcher. And for those who are new, there is a lot more information about my services, my content in the description box. Appreciate all your likes, shares, and comments. Let me know what you want to see more of on this channel. With all that said, your message for the month of February, Taurus, is listen. In stillness, you'll meet your true self. So, meditation, forest bathing, I don't know, walks on the beach, whatever does it to you, right? To quiet the monkey mind and focus a little more on just present moment. You can focus on your body. By the way, doing a body scan is one very good practice, especially at the beginning when you're learning to ground yourself in that present moment. You can look it up online for some guidance, right? But essentially you're very present. Another idea is to go with the sense, and both of them, by the way, are great for Tauruses. Yeah, like you can, what can you smell, what can you hear in this moment, how does, I don't know, the feel of the fabric on your skin, how does it feel, and things like that. What kind of smells do you smell? And in stillness, you will see where you are and what is happening with you, right? What is truly happening to you, not what you're responding when somebody's asking you, how have you been, or what's new, right? But really, honestly, what is going on? What are you excited about? What are you grateful for? What are you worried about? Let's see what we have with tarot for you. So for your personal space, you have 10 of Pentacles. Beautiful card to begin with. 3 of Swords. Oof. And 5 of Pentacles. Wow. For your career space, you have Knight of Cups, 6 of Cups, and Page of Swords. And finally, for advice from the universe, you have 3 of Pentacles, 3 of Cups, and the Moon. How many threes have we had? 3 threes, I guess. Interesting. The only one that's missing is 3 of Wands. So the Moon card is the energy of Pisces, by the way. It could be dealing with a Pisces. You have 2 of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Interesting. So it's like, are you clear on the intentions that you're setting or why you do what you do? And especially for Taurus, being an earth sign, a very practical sign, your goals and your vision could look like, I need to, take better care of my health. I need to start reading at least 20 pages of a book a day, or I want to move to a bigger house, like something like that. And it seems very solid, right? But when we're setting intentions, we can also go deeper and start asking questions. Why do we want that? What kind of feeling are we following here? What do we want to get to, right? And that way you open doors to some new ways of how you can get there, right? Usually people want safety, they want to feel nurtured, seen, heard, those basic needs that we've had pretty much all our lives, right? So see how this works, how this dynamic shows up in your life right now. For example, and let's start actually with the personal space, because we actually move from 10 of Pentacles to 5 of Pentacles here. Pretty dramatic, right? There's kind of a heartbreak for some reason. It's almost like, at least for some of you, you thought that whatever is happening or whoever was getting close to you was like a jackpot, was a dream come true, was somebody that you felt will be with you your whole life, and then you find out that actually that person had an agenda, or it only looked good on the surface, but actually there were so many conditions to how this would work out that you feel like you don't feel seen or heard anyway, right? And that breaks your heart. Or like, wow, that's seems like too much work, honestly, to make this relationship work. I don't know if that's really something that I want to pursue, because it kind of actually makes me feel either selfish or silly or like I'm not good enough, right? Again, follow that feeling, see where it's coming from. There's a good chance that whoever, whatever came into your life on that personal level came in to resurface that insecurity. So you can look at it, you can confront it, face it, acknowledge it, and show up for yourself in that space, right? You're the one that can create this kind of reality. And obviously, if there is a specific person that makes you feel otherwise, so this heartbreak here, you don't have to commit to them, right? Or you can always change your mind, you can have that conversation that things seem different than what they are now, and I don't feel aligned anymore, right? We can do something about it, or we can walk away each our own way here, right? So if it's about another person, like there's no way that this should feel like a verdict that it's like, well, now I can't really leave, or I just can't say goodbye right now after everything that we've been through, right? Like those are the stories, right? Go beyond the stories. Maybe that's something to overcome at this point. But what I like in this deck for this card is that it has this fire and it has the sun. So to me, it always looks like mending the heart or healing the heart, right? There's some kind of healing. And sometimes you need to see that contrast between when you are alone versus when you have your family life, or when you don't have a place to stay, or whatever, stable home, versus when you have all of it, right? So you can really appreciate it on a different level. And maybe that was the only way to show you, right? But seeing 10 of Pentacles tells me that this is all achievable. It's not like a dream that may never come true. No, it's in your reality. You can design your life so it feels that way. And for those who are newer to Tarot, 10 of Pentacles is that quintessential, life, how you see it, your lifestyle, your desired lifestyle. And that includes home, includes financial compensation and income, includes family, includes routine of the day, and things like that. For your career space, now moving on to that, we have lots of cups here, right? With Knight of Cups, Six of Cups, and a little bit of Swords. This is a very, very brave card and very determined. Like there's a lot of determination, a lot of excitement for what's to come, but also a lot of feelings, right? And we don't necessarily want feelings to drive us in our occupation, in our career and workspace. But sometimes we can help it. And look at that. Six of Cups again reminds me of inner child, and maybe taking a bit of extra time and attention to be with your inner child and to see where they need your help and support, where they need you to create that safety for them to believe that, it is going to work out. Maybe it hasn't worked out 9 times before this, but this is the 10th time and it's going to do the charm. It's going to work because you are showing up in a different energy, right? But it's not going to happen automatically. Sometimes when I speak about this to clients, to them it feels like, yeah, but I mean, that's obvious, right? Of course I believe that. It means that I don't really have to do anything. No, there's a great difference of where that's the intricate part of conscious and subconscious parts of our mind, of our brain, of our psyche. It's very important to go deeper, to go within, to be, very present. What did we see here? In stillness, you meet your true self. It's very important to go through this practice and to meet your true self and be able to address it and be able to say the words. that I'm here, that you got it, I'm with you, etc., etc. Whatever is giving you that support and comfort, it's very important. And the more specific you are, meaning that first you've listened and you understand why this is worrisome, and the more you can speak directly to that, the better result you're gonna get. And yes, at first it will seem a little bit like role play or some kind of theater, but if you do it on a regular basis, you'll see more and more how much it sinks in easier and faster, and you just take it in without taking it through the filter of the conscious mind that judges too much. And then finally, the advice. We have Three of Pentacles, Three of Cups, and the Moon. So the threes that you have, the threes are about company, about collaboration, right? It's about keeping it light and fun, but also showing your expertise, showing what you've learned. And if you feel like the personal work, the inner work, isn't really going to contribute much to practical situations in life, you couldn't be further from the truth. And if anything, the upcoming full moon is going to show you that even more so, right? Because we're all humans, we all interact one way or another, driven by certain deep-seated emotions, right? And stories from the past. And the more you're an expert and you understand well what those are, or how the behavior on the surface actually corresponds to some of those deeper scenarios, the better you're gonna be in creating a team, in becoming a leader, in getting your message across, whatever that means. And for a few of you, I'm actually hearing that this is gonna be family related, where there will be some kind of family event. And over there, you'll have a chance to kind of help people out, to hear each other, to understand what is really going on, instead of just dismissing it or silencing it out or having an argument. No pressure, Taurus. All right, last but not least, let's get a message from your person interest yourself. And I got something already. Queen of Wands. You could be dealing with a fire sign. Wow, clarification, 3 cards. The Fool, 9 of Swords, 9 of Cups. Yeah, your person sees you as, first of all, there's a lot of physical attraction here. No kidding. Like a lot. But more than anything, your person sees you as a very strong individual, that has knowledge, has power, and is quite confident, right? For some of the negative sides of Queen of Wands, I can be a little bit of a drama queen, or king, of course, take it how it resonates. But it's like, we're all yin and yang. We all have our strengths and weaknesses, right? In any case, the overall message is you are impressive to them. And it encourages them to start finding their own way and to start with a clean slate, whatever this new phase of life is for them. More than anything, I see here figuring out what they want or what they don't want and why, right? So there is some soul searching here. I don't see that particularly being related to your relationship, but of course, as they're searching for what they want, what they need, what their priorities are in life and values, it may impact your relationship directly, right? So this is a bit of a heads up. And also remember that as an inspiration, a muse, or a role model, however you want to call it, we can also provide some support and some clarity and some guidance to your person if they have specific, you can offer it too, right? Build that safe space. Okay, I hope this was useful to you, Taurus. Thank you so much for joining me today. Please don't forget to like the video and subscribe to my channel. And until next time,